Hey, what's up, guys? This is Joe D'Amelio. This is my Super Mario 64. I almost said 16, but Super Mario 64 16-star personal best in 19 minutes and 39 seconds. This is the first run that I got that was under 20 minutes. This was really my first serious goal of the category. And actually, I've been wanting to speedrun this game for the last 6.5 years. It's August 1st, 2019, as I'm commentating. So basically, January 2013 is where this was all planned to start. But as fate decides it, sometimes you just get attached to other things. So anyway, here we go. Most people do the lack 2 skip right away. However, I don't think that's something for me to learn for a long time. Or at least doing runs. Learning things is always good, but doing it in runs, not for a long time. It's very nice to have this very easiness here. And right away there's a lot of camera stuff going on in the run. And right when you enter the castle door there, you press R, and it'll move the camera so you can just move straight forward. So here, long jump, do 3 dives. Long jump over here. I stop right here just to make grabbing the bomb easier. And this bomb clip here is not as difficult as you think. The main things that I had to do to get it consistent were, on the very first jump after you grab the bomb, you want to tap A for the least amount of frames as you can. So as short of a jump as possible. And then when you're grabbing the bomb, for me what works is pressing B to grab it at exactly the time the bomb lands on the ground. And there's plenty of other things with the trick, but those were the 2 kind of subtle things that really made it about 90-95% consistency for me. And speaking of consistency, this trick got me for a long time while I was running. So here, when you do the punch, you want to let the animation play out, which I didn't there, because this PB was before I figured out what was my problem with Canonless. But if you let the punch animation play out there, Mario won't do his turnaround animation when you're walking down to grab the ledge, and that can mess up the correct coordinates that you need. So yeah, you see like everywhere, like this long jump here, you're not supposed to do that. There, you're not supposed to slide over and, do the whole setup that way. But these are all things that are just consistent for me. I didn't really approach this game with doing all the fast stuff. It's really just do what I can do to just play somewhat consistently. So like right there, I do the 4 long jumps up the hill, and then here, I do the double jump wall kick, and then dive over. For this guy, I pretty much eyeball it. At least at the time, I eyeball it here. And the line that Mario is standing on right there, that's on the ground, that's really the only visual cue I use. And then I just try to stay. I just try to be like in the right spot, I guess. Depth perception is a big thing in this game. I learned that fairly quickly. It's something you really don't fully understand until you start playing this game. But depth perception is quite a thing, and this game taught me that I highly lack it, so to speak. So yeah, here I like to just grab, hold up, because it gives me the perfect time to run up and side flip without ledge grabbing or anything. This was all pretty well done. Of course, no Alice. I mean, I guess I do Alice, except, I grabbed the L. So, You want to be stationary when you jump up and grab the owl. Otherwise, when you let go here, you will keep the same momentum as when you grab the owl. So if you long jump into the owl and then you let go, you're gonna go flying forward, and you don't want that. Six stars here, castle movement here. This is just stuff that I could do the most consistently. My castle movement is actually pretty abysmal. Like leaving womps there, that's like pretty hard for me to do. So this star coming up, the triple jump all the way to the top is a bit troublesome for me. I did get it right there though. And of course I walk, you know, slower than anybody's grandma to the penguin, because the worst thing is when you go to grab the penguin and the penguin is just, you know, it wants nothing to do with you. The penguin wants his mommy. He doesn't want Mario. So I stopped doing the not saving and continue because of what just happened there in the painting. I think that's just happening because I'm not pressing up on the control stick quick enough. So I like turn around and that loses a million. The wall kicks there, I got those down not too long ago. When I first started to try and do it, it was like impossible. Anyone I watched doing those wall kicks, I was like, wow, that dude is a god. This part's a little weird. Sometimes, like, he just won't slide into the side flipping animation. The whole movement there is kind of tricky. And then here, I do like 2 long jumps and then just run, because for some reason, it's consistently a frame faster for me to do that, rather than diving into the entrance. Dark World here, I don't grab the reds. I am way too slow to make it worth it. Essentially, the slowest stage that I do, at least that I timed, is 25 seconds. So I would have to do the reds in under 1 minute. Like, I have to enter this pipe under 1 minute in a segment time for it to be faster for me to grab the red coins, and I'm at like 115-ish right now, so yeah. And the Bowser throws, like, just the worst thing in this game. Especially the first 2 Bowser fights, they're supposed to be like really simple, but I miss the throws half of the time. It's really ridiculous. Also, at the time of this PB, I did not have any kind of Hori. I actually bought I have to look at it. A retro bit controller, which is basically a Hori. It's just not made by the same people that made a Hori. So, like, all this time, I was pretty paranoid of destroying my analog stick on my N64 controller. Because that thing is godlike, and the stick has been tight for the last 4.5 years that I've had it. So, that's like the one controller that I would not want to destroy. This is maybe the most fun star in the category. This is such a cool star to learn. When I first played this game, I could not do this at all. And then, this is like one of those stars and one of those strats that you can do just after you get the feel down of just moving Mario. And then yeah, to grab that star there, I just do Mario Cam C down. And see, that turnaround thing happened again there. See, this is why, like, at this point right now, I've stopped the whole not saving and continuing. Because when you do that, it just loses so much time. And speaking of losing so much time, yeah, I was a little finicky on this star until very recently. I figured out that a way for me to get up there consistently is doing 2 kicks right at the start of the stage. Just kick twice to the left and then hold up immediately. And I don't have that problem anymore. For these reds, I don't know how much faster it is to go around, but I still just do that because it's simple. And then the dives here, I don't bother with the first 2 dives because I actually have no idea how people can do it without flying off the puzzle pieces there. HMC was a stage that was very, very difficult for me for a while. I didn't even get the first star that I do here at first. And then when I did, I had like a really, really slow setup. Like this setup is already slow. But before that, I used to like run up, ground pound, press C left 4 times, and then go for the double jump wall kick. I mean, at least I got rid of that, I guess. And then yeah, I don't know what it is with talking to Toad, but it's impossible. The guy just does not want Mario's attention, and he like tries his best to just look away from Mario. But just, if you press B enough times, eventually he will talk to you. I don't know if Mario and Toad have some beef in this game or something, but... So yeah, there, like, sometimes you either long jump or you just do a normal jump. I don't know what causes that. And then yeah, that double jump wall kick is really cool compared to the side flip wall kick. I didn't even realize I could do that until a little bit before this run, actually. Because I didn't realize with my movement that the boulder, that last boulder falls down like way before I get to that spot. The wall clip here is really cool. You just line up and then go from up to upright, so you angle yourself perfectly with the star. That's, at least from what I've seen, that seems to be the trick. That you want to go from up to upright as you're clipping through. And then yeah, there I do some plain smoke along movement, because jumping over that oil and kicking is like, I don't know why it's impossible. And speaking of impossible, grabbing that MIPS isn't impossible at all for me, but unfortunately I did end up missing it this run. So this is a decent chunk of time lost, because now you have to jump all the way over here. I have to wait for my camera to fix, but I got quite a good position right away. But I was too far right there. If that happens, you're too far right. You'll still clip through the door, but you'll put down MIPS too far away from it, so you have to backflip back in and then go. And then here, the scariest part with that clip is sometimes MIPS can completely clip through the door, and then you have to exit out of the downstairs and reload the room, and you lose an eternity. Swimming is hard, by the way. As someone that is very arithmetic, swimming is hard. It's not this bad though. This is just really bad swimming. That was like 3 times where I just straight up missed. This strat here is only difficult if my rhythm of swims is simply off. But fortunately it wasn't here, so I landed on the sub-platform good enough to not slip off or anything like that. Fire Sea here, you see at the beginning there, I just ran and then did a long jump. I can actually buy about 2 seconds of time before I make the cycle that I'm actually on. So this stuff here, like, I could do it faster, but there's just no point. Also, I bonk into here just because of easiness. It just makes it easier, why not? I have time to buy, so Then here I just wait till a beat in the song. And I can do that. And then, yeah, at the time I was doing this, just long jumping over this part instead of going all the way to the left and doing all the long jumps on the side. For me, it's only 1 second faster though, and what was that? What was I thinking there? That was very interesting. Anyway. You probably won't believe me when I tell you that I've killed countless runs to Bowser 2. Not Fire Sea, not Bowser 1, not Bowser 3, this guy. I have killed countless runs. And this is supposed to be the easiest Bowser in the game. And it definitely is, don't get me wrong. I don't disagree or anything, but it's, you know, funny and also not funny that I killed just countless runs there. So up next is the BLJs, or formerly known as backwards long jumps. Basically, it's not mashing A, you just want to have a rhythm. So it's just like, just that. Like if you're trying to learn it, just like clip those taps I did and just follow it. That's all you gotta do. You don't have to go fast or anything at all, just a constant rhythm. I also have no idea how to like get out of that there. So this is basically improv. This BLJ had a little bit of trouble. But it is what it is. That's actually fine. I don't know why I kept long jumping there at the top. So, Joe from a little while ago, what were you thinking there? What's going on? This stage is awesome to practice. It's a lot of fun. At least for what I'm doing. I think if you do more of the upgraded optimized strats, the stage is maybe not going to be as fun. And then this section up here, I didn't realize this strat was a thing, where you grab this ledge and then you do the kicks. This is a life-saving strat. That strat saved my life. Just keep that in mind. The other way of doing it is more difficult, and it was actually what I used to do. Oh, this is a nice second time loss. That happens sometimes, though. It is what it is. So yeah, the Bowser right here, I do an extremely fish-made technique. However, this is mostly because I only had my OG N64 controller, and I was not trying to destroy the stick. So this is a really cool method though for people that just like hate this fight. You just do this. Just go to the bomb. He has one of two attacks he'll do, which you saw them already. It's either that, or hopefully... Oh, he does it again. Oh, hell yeah. This is the downside, though, to this strat. If he does this, it's so much time lost. Though the funny thing is, if he does not do this at all... Oh my god, what the... That's so much lost time. That's so ridiculous. But anyway, if he doesn't do that at all, and he chases you both times, this is actually only, like... I think a little less than 10 seconds slower than just doing all three of the throws. And the nice thing with this strat is that last throw there is so much easier. Like, the last throw there you actually have to do. But it's not too bad. So yeah, that was my 16-star Super Mario 64 speedrun in 19 minutes, 39 seconds. I hope you guys enjoyed it. The record for this is currently 15 minutes and 4 seconds by Aki. that I run is, well, I'll find a word for it when I learn better English, because there has to be some, like, huge, just barely understandable word that has, like, complex meanings to describe his run. But yeah, that was pretty much it. Hope you guys liked it. Again, I've been wanting to run this for the last 6.5 years now, but I only started recently because a couple friends and myself, we do combo races, which basically what those are is, it's like racing a normal speed game, except you just combine multiple games, multiple categories, whatever. And we really wanted to do this, and I never did 16 star because I was very afraid of MIPS mostly. Because catching that bunny is impossible until it becomes possible. But yeah.
Mario! The power of the stars is restored to the castle. And it's all
Very nice run.
Thank you, Mario.
It was actually really clean for my skill level. All that really happened was the Pyramid Star in SSL, the two turnarounds going back into the paintings in WOMPs and SSL.
For Mario.
Bowser won.
Mario.
I think that was it. Oh, MIPS. MIPS, of course. Just those few things. That's really it for me. And it's funny saying that, and then knowing that there's still another 4.5 minutes to technically cut off this time. The thing is, this is the beginner route. Some of those stars in Womp's Fortress you don't even do in the advanced route, because you do a trick called LBLJ, which is the same as BLJs, but you're just doing it in the lobby, which lets you go to the first Bowser stage right at the beginning of the game. Then you do reds, a couple stars and womps, but then you replace the rest of them with the ones in Lethal Lava Land, and that can save a lot of time. But even with that, there's still, you know, this was quite a clean run, but there's still minutes to shave off. It's just funny how that's a thing with speedrunning in general. You know, you could perform almost to your best potential, but then when you look at the reality of things, it's like, wow, that was like the best I've ever done, but how do you just like magically go minutes faster? And maybe I will have the answer to that question in a few years if I keep running this. But no guarantees. You never know. I mean, for anyone watching this who hasn't watched any of my other speedruns, I started with Super Castlevania 4 all the way back in January 2013. You know, my progression was very, very, very slow. And look where I came to now. I've had the record for a long time. I've previously held a former record for a long time. I've always been a top contender for the game. So, just the gist of that is that you never know. You never know what's gonna happen. That's also why I really like to keep all of my personal bests archived, even if I just start running a game or anything. It's also why I wanted to commentate over this run here. It's the reason behind everything, I guess. You just never know. And with that said, again, I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you want to watch only the raw video, I will put that in the description. And that's all for me. Thank you guys for watching.
Thank you so much for playing my game.